Hey, good day. This is Wednesday, December 16, 2020. I'm going to get back to solving rational equations in the warm-up. Now when I post this to Teams and post it to OneNote, the video should come out in a link. Okay, so if we can just frame the lesson again, hold on. Here it is. Okay, just want to get the agenda up. All right, so today's lesson. This is day 2. Okay. We'll be meeting live. This will be sent out ahead of time. So we will go through the warm-up and the examples on the video. Okay, so go through the warm-up first. Another example of a rational equation. So here you just want to remember to factor the denominator and make sure that'll enable you to come up with the least common multiple. Okay, welcome back. The answer should be 0.558. So, I'm on the right screen. So the denominator on the right side, the trinomial factors to x plus 7 and x minus 3. So we're going to multiply 5x by x plus 7 because it already contains x minus 3. And we're going to multiply 5 by x minus 3 because it already contains x plus 7. So 5 times x plus 7 plus 5 times x minus 3 equals 5x squared minus 3x plus 9. And we're just going to solve for x. So we apply the distributive property here. We get 5x squared plus 35x plus 5x minus 15. 35 and 5 is 40x. And the 5x squared should cancel. So 4x minus 15 equals negative 3x plus 9. Add 3x to both sides, and then add 15 to both sides. X is 24 divided by 43, which is 0.558. So when I check this on the graph, this is what we should get. So that's your 24 over 43, and I match it up to this decimal in here, 0.558 matches. So we know that this is good to go. Okay. So today is day 2 of lesson 4, day 2. Okay, so the notes that you see here are the same notes you saw yesterday. All right, so what we're going to get to today is when yesterday's problems, so let me just, yesterday's problems had, the leading coefficient was 1. So now we'll talk about what we do when it's not 1. So we're still doing the same thing. First of all, we're still making sure the equation's equal to 0. So if I'm teaching this like I'm teaching it the first day, first thing I'm going to tell you is make sure the equation is equal to 0. Okay, which it is. I'm going to factor out the GCF, just like we did yesterday. So the equation's equal to 0. I'm just going to write it down. So between 3, 5, and negative 8, the greatest common factor is 1. So that's going to create some. So pulling out the GCF is going to be the same as yesterday. We're going to factor out the GCF. Okay, so we're going to divide everything on the left side by x to the 4th power. And after we pull out the GCF, we're going to simplify. So when we simplify, we get 3x squared plus 5x minus 8. And then, of course, the 4th step is to factor the trinomial. So that's the big change today, is that when you factor the trinomial, okay, we want to, if I write this down first, we want to use divide and slide here. So if I just kind of move this down a little bit, remember we go A times C and B. I didn't have to emphasize A times C yesterday because A was 1. So the top is A is 3, B is 5, C is negative 8. So 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. So the factors of negative 24, they add to 5. It's 5 times, it's 8 times 3. So it's 8 times negative 3. So here when you do your plus 8 and minus 3, you need to remember to go back and divide by the leading coefficient, which is 3. Now, you don't have to put this in factored form. Okay, you can rewrite this binomial right here as 3x plus 8, but you're being asked to solve. So when you're asked to solve, I called this yesterday, apply the zero product property. So just going up here, we've got x to the 4th power equals 0. We got x plus 8/3 equals 0. And x minus 3 over 3. That's going to become 1. So x is equal to 0. X is equal to negative 8/3. And x is equal to 1. Okay, so you can still check this on the graph. So negative 8/3 on the graph should be between negative 2 and negative 3. So we go back and check this on the graph. All right, so do share. Let's go to the graph. Make our exponents 6, 5, 4. Get our intercepts. So that's your negative 8/3, negative 2 0.6 repeating, 0 and 1. Okay, so everything checks out. So the big thing, guys, is after your factor, go back. Yesterday, I didn't emphasize to divide by 1 because A was 1, but this time you're just dividing by A. Okay, so these all check out. So you should try example 2 next. Okay, so try example 2 and go through those solutions. I'll be back to go over this with you. Sorry. Okay, we're back. Let's make sure. The answers in example 2, they all check out. I'll show you in the graph in a minute. Should be 3.5, 7 over 2, -1, and 0. Okay, so your greatest common factor is x cubed. Okay, so this one you got to set equal to 0, so that 7's negative. And we divide all the terms by x cubed, we get 2x squared minus 5x minus 7. So x is 0. The monomial x cubed equals 0, so x is 0. This is a typo, that should be 2x squared minus 5x minus 7. So 2 times -7 is -14. Factors of -14 to add to -5 are -7 and 2. And then we divide both by 2, we get 3.5 and -1. So when we look at the graph and check for our solutions, the 7 over 2 is 3.5, 0, -1. Okay, so this will be posted for you when you get the assignment. We'll be going over this as well as doing the 4 assigned problems in class. So I look forward to seeing you in a live meeting.